Good day, everybody, and welcome to our new episode of Copyscope, the Siemens podcast for leaders, influencers, change makers of the Malaysian business world. With me today, Dr. Chin. He is the National President of SME Malaysia Association. Doctor, glad to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I think it's a very good event you're going to have. I hope I can contribute. And probably those questions, I hope I can answer.
I am sure. I'm sure. Actually, we know each other just recently.
Right.
Let it be a month or two now, right?
Right.
And the longer I have looked you up and researched actually what is your background here in Malaysia, and I have to give you a compliment. You're very accomplished, a businessman, entrepreneur yourself, and your council members in so many associations. I actually lost count. So you're kind of everywhere. But you have been appointed national president of SME Association just in 2024.
Yeah.
But been in this association active for over a decade. I figured from our conversation. Perhaps give me a bit of an idea. What makes SME Malaysia Association so special, and how did it change under your leadership over the last 1-2 years?
Thank you. First thing I want to start, just keep you informed, more info about our association. Right, Malaysia has various big association form, on the chambers, on the business side.
Yeah.
So SME Association Malaysia is one of the largest association around, and it definitely is the largest SME association. Our association is currently have around 15,000 companies member.
Wow.
It's not a personal member. We don't accept personal individual membership. It's all by companies. And we were formed in 1995. This is our 30th year. It's quite a long time for 30 years. And we have branch association across the country. We have right from Penang, North, now to South Johor, as well as East Malaysia, including Sabah, Sarawak, and also Labuan. So, and all in all, we are not only association for the SMEs company. We are also associate of association, means we have associations such as PCOM, the tech PCOM,
Yep.
ESG Association Malaysia, even the Kway Teow Manufacturing Association is our members.
Right.
They have, you'll be surprised. There are so many. They even have, you heard of Foodstuff and Toy Distribution Association. There's such association here. There's so many. If Klang Valley alone, I'm not talking about whole nation.
Right.
I'm talking about 70 to 80,000 association.
Wow.
But not all are the similar size. Some are, even your housing estate, your house, you also have association to manage your unit or whatever.
Right.
So, but out of that, I would say that we are the most active one and most influential with the government. We have many of our council members sitting. That was appointed in the relevant ministry, such as Ministry of Digital, Martrade, MITI, and as well as the others ministry that are involved on entrepreneurial development, on agriculture, because SME is everywhere.
Yeah.
Even transportation. I also personally was also part of the council in the Ministry of Transport, and also at the gates, the port side, the Port Klang authorities.
Right.
So you can see that we involve in various, and when we have 30 council members, where we are built of all races. We have Chinese, we have Malay, we have Indian. But for association, mainly we are Chinese and Indian. Because for the Malaysians, they are not so keen in joining association. Right? But anyway, the matter of short, we are here to empower the SMEs. We empower SMEs to lead them, especially when they are in the difficult times.
Right.
During the MCOs, when the movement control is in, and nobody can travel.
Okay.
So how the Ministry of Trade MITI to identify who are those companies in essential and non-essential service. Essential, you can move around, you can work. Non-essential, you can't.
Yeah.
So how they could identify? The thing is that during the MCO time, MITI will look at owning Google Map. They search Google Map, this company, Siemens, where is Siemens? Then they check whether this one is essential or not. It's either a food production company or are they selling a product that related to supply chain in terms of food delivery or so ever. But they couldn't find out because there are many companies, they are not registered and they are not even in the Google Map. But this company is essential. So that's where we came in, because we have our network around the countries. We have a network to understand company A and company B, are they really a essential or non-essential company?
Right. But then you need to have a really good understanding of who are these 15,000 members so that you can make this judgment, right?
Not only that, because through our branch, we know even non-members who are in that area. For instance, in JB, right? We have members there. We have about close to 1,000 members overall there. But these 1,000 members will know another 10,000 members. So in other way means we can access information correctly.
Right. So you have a good overview of what's going on there. So, Doctor, let me tell you that when I arrived here, this was the beginning of 2023.
Oh.
The first thing people made me aware is they said, Tindaro, you need to know that about 97% of all companies here in Malaysia are categorized as SMEs, right? Which is a huge amount. And then I looked into, okay, how much are these companies actually contributing to the GDP of the country? And I looked at it, over the last 10 years or so. And I figured it was always ranging between 35% and 40%, right? But never going beyond that.
Haven't reached 40.
Haven't even reached 40.
Yes, never.
So what is it in your estimation that, is holding them back? Why you think there's not more? You would think, in my humble view, that 97% of the companies would create more contribution to GDP than 35%. What do you think is holding them back there?
I think SMEs is very much reliant on the economy of the country. For the past 10 years, you won't see much of the hype, The good economy have been those old days. When you come in, 2023 was just right after MCO.
Yeah.
Right. We have been suffering for a while. In fact, our rancangan Malaysia ke 13, the 12, sorry, they are going to 13.
Yeah.
12 already said supposed to reach 45%, when they plan.
Yeah.
But it came the so-called MCO, the pandemics that slow down the process. And a lot of our activities for SMEs all very much rely on the government policy. If government has a good policy to support the SMEs, especially how to grow the GDP contribution, it's mainly a few factors, right? Number one, you're talking about how our product will be exported. The SMEs only contributed to 11 to 12% of total export.
Wow.
For the whole country. So you can see our country is very much reliant on the big industry, big players, especially on oil and gas, palm oil, and semiconductor, all those big things.
Right.
So they don't really put attention to the small. They don't, for the past 10 to 20 years, there are some activities, initiative by the government to help to grow the SME, but not good enough, right? Not good enough. They are not like country like Korea, not like Taiwan, that. They are very much well planned to help the small medium industry in that country.
Yeah.
And they create a supply chain for them. Like Malaysia, so far we have, in terms of manufacturing, we have only in the semiconductor side, which, we go around the Penang area.
Yeah.
And that build out some supply chain for the SMEs.
Yeah.
But that's not good enough because we are still relying on a lot of what you call requests from foreign country. If the demand is not there, then we have an issue. Like what happened now, Trump is going to impose additional tax on us in the semicon side, then all our SMEs will suffer.
Yeah.
Because downstream service industry mainly SME. And 70% or 80% of Malaysian SMEs are all in service industry.
I see.
And there's a fact that our GDP contribution is getting less and less because not so much on we are not growing, we are growing, but the bigger number are growing.
Right.
So your percentage becomes smaller.
Yeah, I understand. But speaking of Penang, and I mean, there are a couple of good examples that I'm aware of, at least, that actually made it from SME to global players like Greytag,
Yeah.
Pendamaster, Retrox, right? I mean, they started off as SMEs in Malaysia. So, do you believe they became big because of the support of the government policies, or despite of it? What is their secret sauce? You think?
To be frank, the government did help to a certain extent, but not that good enough. You still rely on the individual company. In fact, most of I would say the global company, like what you may say, Vitros, even Top Glove, Kosan, they're very much of a enterprise base. The owner, the company themselves. They, to a certain extent, they got some probably incentive or help from Matrade or certain relevant, but they do not really put a lot of effort just to help particular industry. We don't have a policy that, this year we are going to concentrate on, say, glove industry. We'll do a much to help people like that.
Yes.
Because we are very open, very broad-based, not say open. For instance, the government say, this year the allocation for next year budget, another 40 millions or so amount for us to venture into other territories, which is good. But these other territories include this Gulf countries, as well as South America or Africa. But this country is not easy to go, right? And we need more help in terms of market access, also more help in terms of doing marketing. And many of the SMEs, especially, I'm talking about, how are you going to go there if our have limited resources, as well as have limited knowledge about the market access. So very much we have to depend on the government. But sad to say that they do not have enough budget allocate for this ministry to help us. Like for instance, Matrade, they give very minimum. And Matrade now is already put it privatized almost. Not say privatized, they're on their own. Meaning that they have to generate fund, they have to make enough profit or revenue to support themselves rather than get allocation from government.
Right.
So this has become a very difficult situation where Matrade will first put their own survival into consideration before they help the companies to survive, right?
Right.
Or to expand the business. So that's where the policy are not helping. I'm trying to say in general, for the past 10, 20 years, there's not particular strong direct policy or initiative that will help the industry.
So what I hear you say is that one way actually to help is helping SMEs to export more, to actually conquer new markets outside of Malaysia. Right. I also hear that the new budget 26 is at a record high, apparently 470 billion, which is the highest in the history of Malaysia. What do you read there different than the budget 25 or budget 24? What is so different in the budget 26 that gives hope or encouragement to the SME?
If you look at the budget 2026, there's not much different from 2025. Generally, in terms of the amount, a little bit more. In fact, I think in budget 2025, 46 something. It's a bit more different.
Yeah.
And this time, the 2026 is more concentrated still on the rakyat.
Okay.
Rakyat mean for the people. And you can see that there are a lot of, help, incentive or whatever program they have is to put back to the rakyat. For instance, they give 100 ringgit to everybody. The ISARA. And then, so those are the things that they are trying to do to help to bring up the economy, which I think is to a certain extent, it does help. Right? If market consumer spending is less, then it's not good for the SMEs. This is the other way to spur up the economy. And on other terms, like what they have planned for is all in line with RMK 13. The RMK 13 saying that we are going to have some new industrial manufacture policy, NMIP, towards the growth of our manufacturing industry. But it's a very broad base. It's still very broad-based. And of course, every year the budget all fall back to this 5-year plan.
Okay.
So, and if, for instance, at the moment we don't see any solid plan from the budget 2026 that directly help the SMEs, for instance. In fact, I go through everything. They have still some fund for digital transformation, not big. That's for the matching grant. And I don't see any other thing other than putting cost to us, right? It's like for instance, the just announced SST expansion on the rental leasing. There's another cost to us, and e-invoicing are going to start next year.
Right.
So e-invoicing is something that I'm not saying not good for the implementation or whatever. If fully support e-invoicing, but why not we bring back the GST? Where you solve everything. You don't have to have both, kind of reporting on the tax side. And because SST and e-invoicing will come separately, and it's very inflexible. I mean, at the moment, if you try to change your invoice after you issue, you will face a lot of problem. Right. But, especially for the small boy, and especially with SME, sometimes your buyer or purchaser bought already, and you have to change, and then you have to report, and then you have to returns of goods. So there are many of these issues that we will face with this implementation. But what government have been helping us in this? No, they're adding costs. They say there's no cost. That's not true, right? I mean, for any implementation of a new system, there is cost, and it's going to be constant cost. Every year you have to pay.
Right.
It's not like one time you pay. That's it, over it. Right. So, all in all, the allocation for that, rather than on the rakyat, also is more on education. You can see the large amount of being going to education, which is in line with our 10 years or 5-year plan. But that portion don't really help to bring up the economy. Right. We foresee that government. The reason that of doing this, there's two things. One, of course, their intention is to bring out they show their support to the rakyat, the current government I'm talking about. Political side. They want to gain some support, right, to make sure that, because very soon the election coming in. And the person they can only tax is from the business, right? So we won't see, of course, this year, fortunately for 2026, which we have already make a lot of noise, is that please do not add any more tax. That will surprise us. Rather than giving, you don't give incentives, it's fine, but you don't go and give us more trouble or more issue. Because right now, what that's reported on the upper line on when our economy grow will be 4.5. Our GDP grow. Or this figure is quite good, right? Our trade is increased. But down, if you look at now to the real on the ground, most of SME are facing very critical cash flow issue. Cost of doing business is getting stronger. They have to reduce their staff. They have to reduce whatever to do, because the fact that collection is tough. Right?
But on that note, I wonder, there's a big pressure on the bottom line for the margin and so on, and the need to reduce labor-intensive works. You would think that the SME then, because of that, would jump on the matter of digitalization and try to automate and simplify and digitalize as much as they can in their workflow. My experience is different. Most of them still hesitate. There are grants and there are incentive programs from the policies, but I see a great hesitation to pick that up, and I didn't really get to the bottom of why, because you have two motivations to do it. You have an incentive on the one hand side, and you have cost pressure. So why not going all out on the digital side, you think?
Okay, there's a few issue here. Okay, number one, the reason of being most of the SMEs, they are very scared of enter the new thing. They'll be very comfortable with what they are doing right now. You see, the changes made, they face is after the MCO, during MCO. Before that, there's even worse, right? This adoption of digitization is very low. Even they don't even have a website, they don't even do e-commerce, the basic requirement to go a transformation. They don't even have. But after the MCO, now everybody know how to Zoom, know how to virtual call, how to use even notebook and phone, right?
Yeah.
So it's a good push for them. But still, after the MCO, business coming back only after 1 year. Then global economy downturn. And most of them are facing challenges like I mentioned, cost of doing business higher, labor costs, rental costs, fuel, utilities, everything go up.
Right.
So it's not that they don't want to do, but those performing company, SME, of course, they are performing, they're non-performing. Those performing company really embark into digitization because they have no choice. Some of them, they need to reduce their staff. Basically, not because they want to reduce, because dependent on foreign worker, because they cannot hire. The government policy is restrict you from hiring.
Yes.
Right? Foreign people coming in, so which is good to force them to go digitalization. But first thing, they couldn't find talent.
Right.
Within the organization, they have to hire.
Right.
So what the government can help, government can do is, okay, I'll give some free training through HRD Corp, right? But you take times for these people to be trained and then get into the digitization. So there come this 5,000, 10,000 matching grant for digital transformation. The take-out rate is very good, but implementation is wrong. Now, why I say that? Maybe some people don't like me if I mention this, okay? Especially the telcos.
Yeah.
How can digitization involve telcos?
Yeah.
The telco come in, what they want you to do is to subscribe their network services. And that is part of transformation, using the money that they have, which is wrong. It should be, putting in, for instance, a post system or putting in the account system or whatever back-end system that can help them.
Yeah.
Not on the basic needs for telcos. They should have their own so-called location for this.
Right.
Right. So, but they given a big chunk of this grant to the telcos, which we couldn't get for the rest of the people. But to me, the 10,000 grant is not big, but at least a starting point.
Yeah, absolutely.
For any company to venture inside. So with all these issues that we face, first thing, I think they have to change a bit on their policy. Don't give to telcos, but not say don't give, at least they could prove that the transformation is not solely to use their network. The money shouldn't use for subscription of mobile network or bandwidth, whatever. It should be solely on the system, the real transformation that the entrepreneur or the SMEs required.
So what you're saying is that at the moment there's no check and balance, so there's nobody really checking to what extent this money is used in terms of creating digital processes in a company. They leave it up to whoever is applying for that.
Yeah, and all this they have also a provider. They have if you go to this is under MDAC, right? You have to go to MDAC. They have their solution provider, the appointed one.
Right.
You have to use their solution provider, which is okay. But this solution provider must assist the company to do transformation. That's what they meant for. They don't want to simply go to any Dick, Tom, and Harry. Or a lot of people are abusing it.
Yeah.
A lot of them are, okay, I go digitization. This company quote me for digital transformation, whatever. Put the invoice in and they claim they do nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that happened. So I understand why they have this specific authorized, system integrator or implementer that do for them. That is good. That one is good. But the question is, are there any performance or any success story that have been coming up from this digital transformation? Any follow through?
Yeah.
Any report coming out from MDAC or BSN? That, okay, you have spent, you already spent more than few hundred millions already on this grant. What is the outcome?
What is the return on
What
investment?
is the return investment for government?
Absolutely.
But then, like you say, if you're going to 8-9% of growth in terms of getting into digitization for SMEs, entrepreneurs or enterprises, so this is too small amount.
Yes.
Right?
And I also wonder, Doctor, that when I read this NIMP, the new Industrial Master Plan, these 3,000 smart factories. Two things I wonder is who defines smart? To what estimation, to what reference point? I don't know. And who gonna check on it?
Right.
Who are these 3,000? How many of these 3,000 are actually SMEs? And and what are we exactly digitalizing? Is it we are just making an analog process digital, or are we reinventing the process? I'm missing the description of what is the expectation, what is the target picture look like.
Come to this, I have a very good comments towards the especially MITI side, because the smart factory all come from MITI. This is their responsibility.
Oh,
Nothing against them.
I should invite them next then.
Yeah, you should invite the MITI come and talk.
Okay.
On their idea, because they have this industrial forward, who you're talking about helping company to go digitization, smart, to become a smart factory or smart manufacturing. In fact, I've pushed a lot on this. We used to have, I don't know why they stop it, but probably because no fun lah. We used to have this called smart automation grant. You know about that?
No.
Maybe before you came in.
Tell me.
The smart automation fund can even go up to 500,000 or even 1 million or 2 million sometimes.
That's substantial.
It's essential for a company to start it and and get the right approach to do smart automation or smart manufacturing. But it was stopped. Probably not enough fun. And also it wasn't it's no, like I say again just now, there's no KPI or any reports coming up. How many company? Who are the company? How is a success story? You spend 1 million to this company. What happened now? Is a smart system up? Is it the right vendor or right approach? Right? Or right solution given to them?
Right.
So I was suggesting to them, bring back this smart automation grant, but with a more stringent and more accountable kind of allocation or even commitment from not only from the company side, the ministry side. You have assessment team, and these people are experienced. If you don't have, probably like Siemens, you can be one of their, in their council. They can get a few big name.
Look at a committee,
a big committee built from these companies, right? Then you will really get the effectiveness, for the maximize of the grant you are given to them. I strongly urge them to bring back this, or else we will never reach a level. Just now we talk about SME digitization. That is a very low thing. Now the mid-size, there are many of these companies, but they don't really benefited from it. Those manufacturing plant, there are many. And some of our members also asking me, what can I do? No, I can come out with, they say, 500,000 or 1 million, but I need 2 million.
Right.
Who's going to help me?
Right.
If not, you can arrange what you call a cheaper interest rate loan or facilities. Yeah. Right. And that will help. Now, I would suggest that you can give a grant, but the grant can come behind. Meaning like this. Okay, let's say now I talk to Siemens, I have a solution, you can come back, you can provide this smart manufacturing for me, let's say 1 million. Okay. But I can pay out the upfront money for 300,000-400,000, for instance. Then I get a loan. Right? So the loan will cost to pay 700,000. Right? Government can arrange facilities whereby after I complete certain milestone, I invested, I put the money, I subscribe the loan at a low rate. At the end of the day, when I complete my project, you give me another 500,000 to cover my expenses. Meaning you are giving a grant after a success. You know what I mean?
You measure the success, and upon that, the financing is coming through.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the implementation.
Yes.
Then only you can get right vendor. Through vendor, they can supply a solution and make it happen.
Right.
And of course, you pay first, lah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
But government give back you the money. Then you already have a good follow through of this company who really want to take up the journey. So I know eventually I help my company, help my business. I got what I want, and I got grant from government.
Yes.
And they're willing to invest.
Right. But I'm sure that you have articulated that thought and this idea already in your interaction with MITI and like what is holding the back? I mean, this is.
I'm not saying that they are not doing anything. I think MITI and the officers they are all willing to listen.
Right.
Even SME Corp, all those relevant department they involved with this. But facts is when probably they put up, at the proposal or whatever, there enough fund allocated for this from the government side. Like say 2026 budget is mainly for rakyat, mainly for this, not so much allocate for the business side. So, but that's not the point. The point is that if you cannot do it, find ways to get it done. Right? Then you're asking us to digitize, transform, smart notarization, smart everything. First thing, the reason that we dare not venture, some of the company, I know their issue is that I put in 1 million, for instance, right? First thing, I don't know whether it will help me it will be successful or not in helping me to get what I want eventually. If it fail, I got to bear everything.
Right.
But if I know eventually, if I got it through, I will get some grant, then I will expand my business. Right? Or even if you can upfront tell me, you give me some money to start, then we jointly do it.
Yeah.
Then you make them more confident to implement.
So you bring down the risk level for them to get started, and then as they succeed, the financing comes through. I think that's very sensible what you're saying. Let's shift gear a bit. Data centers.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, there's not 1 week where I don't hear about another big announcement. The question that I am asking myself always is, how's that translating into benefit for the SME?
Okay, not much. If you ask me,
I was afraid you say that. Yeah.
It's definitely not much, but it's because of our policy are not so strict. You see, a company from China, right, or a company from Singapore, when they came over and set up their data center, what they want to gain from us? They want a cheap land, cheap rental, right? They want cheap utilities.
Yeah.
Right? And data center don't hire many laborers, don't hire any workers here.
Yeah.
You can do it remotely. And what can the local people do is, first, construction of the site. We can do material supply, right? Probably some services render to pull cable, wire, or whatever, construction work lah. It's still construction work. That is basically the thing that we can gain from. Yeah. But some of these companies come from foreign. They bring everything from the overseas.
Absolutely.
So there's nothing benefit us. And this is a complaint mainly we face. Unless the big one, the big boy, maybe construction, you go to the big company. But the small, medium industry people don't really get anything.
Right. No, I see. I have a similar view on that. But on the other side, I also hear that the how they call it, the digital economy of Malaysia. What was the figure? I think they want to have 25% of the GDP by 2030 should come from digital economy. So you could think of the digital economy being the benefiter of the data centers, because you need a data center to digest all this data flow. But then the question is, what is the policies around digital economy, and how many SMEs are actually involved in digital economy? You think?
That's what I say. It doesn't really help much on the SMEs, number one. It also doesn't help much for the country economy. Why I say that? Some of the data center is just hosting the machine. Right? You need support, maybe they even buy equipment from overseas. Like America now say, you buy more American product. So all American product come in, sit, install, that's it. So probably you make some installation fees.
Yeah.
Right. Unless they use local supply, local contractor or local, system integrator. But when they come to provide the service, right, the billing come from Singapore. You know what I mean? I don't want to say which data center, which services, or overseas. So if a billing come from other country, what are we going to gain? We don't gain tax, you don't get profit. We just get only the rental service or facilities they use here.
Right.
We don't gain. The company is not in Malaysia.
Yeah. But is this a conversation that you have as a representative of SME Association with the government? Are you talking about the missing impact of all these investments for the Malaysian companies?
Sad to say that we have not been asked on this
right
by a certain. I don't know who in charge of this, who relevant there, but I did spoke directly to MITI people, even the minister. Okay, even the minister, we brought out this issue on data center, on this building issue.
Yeah,
but they don't have a solution. They do not have any solution to this at the moment. And but I give them some solution. Even if for data center here, you must have certain amount of revenue recorded here, and you have to set that in the terms your trading agreement when they come in. You're giving them facilities. You're giving them opportunity to buy a piece of land.
Yeah.
Before that, you tell them you have to do this. But Malaysia do not have this so-called special conditions set for them lah. By that you should have. If you go to China, if you go to Indonesia, you try to set up data center, you try to do anything there. Is it possible?
Strings attached. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything they want you to do, you have to comply to this.
Yeah.
But Malaysia easy.
Yeah.
Because when I ask our minister or our ministry, they say Malaysia is a free trade country.
Right.
So we have already embraced in this, or we implement this. So we are not going to change.
Yeah.
So there's pros and cons doing that. I respect what the country policy is all about. But this is an issue that we face.
But is this something that your members of your association actually come to you and express their worries, or they don't even touch this? They're not even aware of the missed opportunity.
No, they know. In fact, a lot of them come to us. A lot of our members are also doing data center. Even some build data center, and they have similar issue. Right? And we have to have a certain policy that to restrict foreign investment here. Not that we want to restrict them been setting up here, but there is some condition that could be win-win.
Yeah.
Right, cannot be one-sided. Right? Because there are some policy that mention that your company A, you want to set up data center, you must hire how many % of worker in Malaysia, everything. But the working people are offline. How are you going to make sure they are here? Not physically here, right? How can you make sure? But we can set a policy. Even you are doing from overseas, you have to register as a working.
Yeah.
Staff here, employee here.
Yeah.
Because you are using Malaysia facilities.
Yes.
So that's a thing that we never thought of. If you have this kind of thing, then you keep the revenue here, you keep the revenue in Malaysia.
Yes. And I would think it would not even decrease the amount of investment coming. I think people would be agreeable to that.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong to do that. Right? A lot of companies come to Malaysia to set up ICT solution.
Yeah.
Even software, development, orders.
Yeah.
And they are committed to hire 500, 1,000 people.
There you go.
When they come in. But because why? Because cheaper in getting our talent here compared to in Singapore or in other country, developed country, I mean.
Yeah.
But there's so many other countries that can have multi-language like Malaysia. You can speak English, you can speak Chinese, you can speak Malay, which is closer to Indonesia.
Yeah.
So they are using our so-called benefit. Then fine, this our company is good. They come in here. And also they enjoy some tax incentive from the government.
Right.
Under MDAC, whatsoever. So these are the company we encourage. You come in, you sit here, you plant your food here, then you help our economic growth because it will spill over to our supply chain. The SMEs will definitely be benefited.
May I ask you, from the top of your mind, and I think there's no way you can get that wrong. That's just your off-the-cuff thoughts. Who are, let's say, the top 5 SMEs that you see going to be the hidden champions, the next great techs, the next Vitrox that people should be aware of and support in their journey?
If you ask me, the government trying to push AI, but AI is not so quick to be accepted in terms of, and also the talent, if not enough. And basically, we fall back to our local manufacturer in terms of, technology side, will be much on the green side, green tech side, I would say.
Okay.
On the green tech side. It's not so much on the semicon. Semicon is already over, right? The limits are there. Malaysians are not really full-blown manufacturing. We are doing most assemblies, testing, services. The Vitrox also start from there. Right, but those are limited. If I don't ship my product here to do for you, you don't have that. You are relying on others.
Yeah.
So you, as Malaysian, you must build your own. That's why you can see company like Talk Glove, the glove company who use local material and towards that. And I believe the next one will be green tech, more on using biodiesel or even biotech, basing on our local products such as palm oil.
So what you're saying, those that have access to resources that are locally
Yes.
provided and not dependent on some
Foreign.
foreign import.
Technology. Yes. Because if you keep on relying on that forever, you will never have been
Right.
Been a global champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never been a global champion. So there are many technologies coming out from utilizing our local resources. And how you're going to develop that is all. That's why I always say in ministry, in whichever ministry, there must be a body who sit down and start thinking, what can we build a local giant?
Mhm.
From which product that we can do? Oil and gas. We have oil, we have gas. Of course, they are quite advanced in that level, but it's all by the big boy.
Yeah.
Right? For the medium, small, they don't really have any initiative or any plan from the government to help them.
Mhm.
Right? If we look at Taiwan during those years, they really fully concentrate off computer manufacturing.
Yeah.
And they built their own chips. They built their own, memory chips. Remember last time. So that's how they start growing. So Malaysia, if you ask me, I don't think we should embark so much on semicon. We should look for different technology, right? If AI come in, there'll be another form of tech we can embark in. But there again, we should use our natural resources. If we have so much rare earth that Trump want to take from us, right? Why not we develop something from there?
Yeah.
Work with the Chinese. They have the technology.
Right.
As a friendly partner, start importing technology, learn from it, and grow from there. Most countries do that. Korea back in those 90s, they are nothing. 80s, Korean got no tech.
Yeah.
But where they get from? They learn from Japan. They learn from Japan, they bring the tech. Today they have Giant, they have Samsung, all this.
Yeah. And they do it from design over product, the whole value chain.
Whole trade change.
Very, very independent. You are absolutely right. Green tech. Okay. So, look, we are close to year end, and if you would have 3 wishes free, and there's a good chance that all these ministries and important people, one or the other way, going to listen into that. What would be your 3 wishes to the government and other stakeholders?
Wow, this is a very good question. I never really think of because I don't believe I can get 3 good wishes from the government.
Sounds too good, yeah.
But of course, number 1, not wishes alone. Please, no more adding costs to the SMEs. No more adding costs of doing business.
Okay.
Right? And no more surprises because we cannot afford to have another surprises. Second, look for any other way to find, if you cannot find fund, set up an organization, set up a ministry or agency that I think can do within their mean to really tap into KPI generation activities or incentive they have done. Giving us a full report. Be open to the industry players. If you don't want to publish, you can even talk to the industry, the relevant industry association, whereby we can sit down and, go through. Then we can come up with a solution or a plan, can move forward to help the local industry. Like you asked me about what are the things that, that Malaysia can do to build a global giant, for instance.
Yeah.
Right. So that is very key. And that is not difficult for them to do if I can wish that will come out.
Right.
Right. Of course, the third one is increase the grant for digitization, not 10,000, it's too small. Move to 20,000. Bring back smart automation grant. Right. That is something you want to push for digital transformation. You have to start there. You must take some pain to help this medium company who really needs to transform because of the fact that you stop giving us labor, you increase our costs, right? You will gain more taxes if we are successful, right?
Yeah.
Right? And you don't pay so much of foreign workers' salary or whatever to bring back to the country.
10% of zero, right?
Yeah. In fact, eventually you gain back. You invested in us on this smart automation or smart manufacturing, whatever, which will definitely help our growth of our economy in terms of whole country, not only on the SME side, also, the demand side. You will help the whole nation if you do that, right?
Wonderful. Dr. Chin, it was a pleasure talking to you. I'm sure it's not going to be our last conversation. I'm sure we're going to have another intersection someday down the road. It was a pleasure. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the work you do. And to all the listeners, I hope you enjoyed. And remember, stay tuned and stay positive. And then I have a little gimmick here for you. A round of applause for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Siemens, for inviting me. Thank you very much. Thank you.